Party people, this is the long-term goal map that I have for my girl, my business partner, and the company we're about to form, for things that are in development, in the works, in labs, all over the country, multiple places. Many have helped. So we will reach a point where progress will be seen. So again, for those who are still skeptic, let this be a hypothetical idea. I'll bring it to you the way I see it, very raw. So an ongoing worldwide investigation on what is life, DNA, how does life relate to light, sunlight, ionic exchange, biochemical exchange of cells, okay, in depth. Then releasing products that help to reduce the harmfluence, the very funny, okay, to reduce harmful influences on living organisms. Meaning, what is this that's in our environment that has weather patterns out of whack, out of control, too hot, too cold, fluctuating, it should be moderate on the entire planet. So we envisioned, or we channeled that back then in Lemurian times and Atlantean times, we had a temperature between, let's say, 75 and 87 degrees naturally. Not so much fluctuation. We had winter regions and we had summer regions, so if you want to move there, you can go there, but it would not follow you. So the Earth is a little bit magnetically out of control. We're thinking that needs realignment, and it can be adjusted. Reducing and making gas, oil, fuel, and diesel consumption efficient. Okay? Then climate technology to modulate and regulate weather patterns, like I said, between 72 and 85 degrees. So let's say we have 110 degrees, we should be able to set up some modular towers that kind of will look like the Gamatron key, but much, much bigger, much more material. And then you'll see the weather pattern, like the sky here remains clear, clouds come in an harmonious pattern, and weather patterns are like very mild, fluctuation is very mild. Then fountain, river, lake, and ocean restoration with the energetics that we produce. Investigating alternatives to cancer, oxygen treatments according to negative ions, looking at diabetes and all other diseases that upset your body and parasites that shouldn't be in your system, according to light technology and how that affects the body. Devices for food storage and longevity of products to increasing the capacity of having food to live longer. Also an idea on the side we have, if we can, reinventing the fridge by saying if you have a fridge, you have a Faraday cage. Know this, you don't have a root cellar. It doesn't represent the energy of a root cellar. When grandma put the apples in a root cellar, my grandma, and I know this, the apples lasted 6 to 8 months. Do that with an apple in the fridge, impossible. Put strawberries in the fridge, how long would they last? 3-4 days, and then they begin to rot. I'll tell you why. You're hermetically sealing them off the natural resonance of the earth because they're in a steel box, stainless steel box that is pumped at 60 hertz. That destroys food. Yeah, it keeps it cool and it keeps it, you know, moderate for 2 or 3 days, but then it rots. We want to change that by enhancing the inside of a fridge with photonic devices that actually bring the earth resonance back into your fridge, which is what you want. Then building biology, meaning the way cement is being produced, concrete is being produced, all building substance and building materials that is influenced with photonic substance, meaning like constructing a bridge and starting in the pre-production before the bridge is even set up, and you have photonic devices set up that can prevent a bridge in the concrete having a crack 20 years from now, because a crack disappears where molecules do not bond or bond less or have less of a bonding connection. That has to do with the photonic and ionic influence of when the concrete is being produced. Then production of all types of products enhanced through light technology, whether it's plastic, organic, inorganic, anything that's really actually on the production table. Then forest regeneration, creating something for the soil. When people say they have biological food and it's pesticide free and all of that stuff. Well, the pesticide is still in the soil. That non-GMO is actually almost impossible if the food comes from a soil where GMO pesticide is being used to kill parasites. Well, that can be beat with photonic influence by keeping the parasites away at a certain photonic radiation, which is the opposite side of nuclear radiation. Mind you, parasites won't be attracted to a plant. That has been tested by Russians. I'm not getting into detail which scientist. We will have a website where we will write up all the ideas that you can put together to actually create your own stuff. Then naturally enhanced, basically farming, whatever that is, whatever on a farm has to be done with light technology. Rejuvenating food and growing food with the influence of light technology. And the best of all is the treatment of such with water. Is a new way of structuring the water, zero fielding the water, because many haven't done that yet or don't even know what that is. It's like correcting the scalar wave information in the water. Has nothing. It's not only structuring the water, it's also photonically enhancing the water, knowing what frequency to use with the cell body, what you call it, the inner and outer pressure of the cell membrane as it communicates in the body is called osmosis. If you don't know what that is, Google osmosis. To regulate that, to balance it out. So water structure, photonically enhanced water devices, negatively ionically enhanced and magnetically structured, will change the growth rate and the health of your soil, of your fruit. It has been tested when you just use magnets or just ions or just photons. You have a strawberry of this size, and when you enhance it, we're using 3 enhancers, you have a strawberry of this size. To give you an example of how healthy and natural energy or natural scalar waves translated by the sun affect the food and all life on Earth has to do with the Japanese science team, like the Japanese NASA. I don't know their name. I heard that on Coast to Coast, and I watched the documentary, and even Greg Braden talks about it. They took a sample of seeds, like strawberries, I don't know, raspberries, jalapeno, pumpkin seeds, beans, and many more, and put them in a capsule that had a lens with Pyrex glass, lead-free, so the sunlight can unhindered photonically hit the seeds. So they shot that in outer space, outer Earth orbit. Just to remind you, when we go back into theories, how distorted the light is that hits this planet, very much so. We're here to realign that, and it's our job to fix that, and there's no way around it. And I also agree with Mr. Wilcock. He says, if we don't go positive, we go extinct. We have to stop bickering or judging one another and see that each one can help one another to restore this planet, because it's a mess, let's be honest, but it can be fixed. Solutions are here. You don't even have to wait for patents. Many of the things we have work. They've been tested. These are sciences that are 30 and 40 years old. It's the confusion of people waiting for patents or getting greedy. That's part of the suppression. So it's not all government and all that stuff that is being projected. It's like, what are you doing? What is your planetary service? How do you activate? What is your community doing? It's, let's say you have 5,000 people and somebody needs to build, I don't know, a generator that would enhance forestation. What can anybody or everybody chip in $10? I think they can, and then you have, you know, $50,000. And you can build a machine and film how that works. So transparency, authenticity is important. And it's not by, you know, creating, quackery. That's where, you know, a lot of the science loses, where people come with stuff that doesn't have any effect. We want to come with physical results, physical proof, physical data, everything video logged and put down and archived, also as prior use. That's if you want to patent something and you have something that works, I'll tell you, film it, put it on YouTube, let everybody know that what you have is working. Film it from every angle. That's the first ticket, and then give it to people, make it available. Don't wait for a patent. If the patent takes 5 or 6 years, don't wait for that stuff. Then make it patent pending, but start selling, start producing it. I'm gonna put it out there again. If somebody has a generator and claims on 15 amps it produces 5,000 watts, well, we have people here that are willing to spend money. If you can show us it works, we will buy it. We want to get Earth up and running into a positive and new and higher outcome, and we got to get out of the theory and get into the practical matter of things and start doing it. So before all of this unfolds and what I mentioned, you know, for the non-believers, let it be hypothetically, step by step. I want to document what's being found, what are we doing, what are we producing, influencing the winds, the seeding, everything on earth can be harmonized. When you look at harmony, you look at scalar waves, and those who want to get deeper into the topics, I highly recommend read the book Synchronicity Key and the Source Field Investigations by David Wilcock. Very knowledgeable, very informative. The truth is out there, but you have to ask the question, and you have to, like I do, and my partner, my girl, Krista, we have to sit down and study and investigate the matter of things in order to interpret or report what we channel. The channel can't correct or highlight situations if we stop studying. So the input-output continues because we're processing this way. So hopefully, as in a long-term goal and what we want for Earth and peace and harmony, this is part of the things to reestablish the consciousness. Also, I forgot to mention product X, which shall be a tincture that shall be produced as if out of Earth orbit. Like imagine you would produce something like Ormus and it's off planet, and you bring it back here. That will have minerals that had less of a chance to come back to this planet. Maybe 200 million years ago, they could manifest here. But right now, since Earth is a little bit off, you know, we need to bring that back in, adjust our lenses and bring the light back into formation so this makes sense. So people can take stuff, not a million supplements forever and ever, and they really have to go, and I say if you go to the doctor, you know, don't miss that. I say leave yourself open for alternatives, look at what works, study people that have success with alternatives and make yourself smarter. This is the age of knowledge. This is the age for you to get in here and step into your power to say, let me investigate, let me try it myself, and if it's there, like I do and like Krista does, we buy products, we try them, and if it's crap, trust me, I will promote the crap and say, like, it sounds like kind of like an oxymoron, not promote the crap, but I will authentically speak about what works for me and what does not work for me, and I will reevaluate that and revise that by looking at what other people's experience with that is. And then very quick, you know where to go, what to do, how to shop, how to be smart, and say to yourself, if you're in a grocery store, what would an avatar buy? And on that note, namaste, God bless, peace out.